Out here in nature, foraging. There, up there, is the avocado. Watch as this fearless predator hunts for his food. Oh, gotcha. There's more. Are they mature? Those look large. Very big ones. Let's watch this graceful predator hunt for his food. Ugh. Avocado. The day's gatherings. Let's bring this over. Add it to today's kills. We got persimmons and avocado. Fruit's out there, you just gotta look for it. I get a lot of questions of like, how do you forage? How do you find fruit? How do you get fruit? How do you, on Instagram I post a lot of my foraging pictures, and it's pretty much every time I forage something, I post an Instagram picture. And so people are asking for tips. You just gotta get out on your bike or on foot, or if you're walking your dogs, walk through neighborhoods you've never been through before, and look for fruit. And here's the thing. Here's the main thing. Helps being tall. Well, that's not the main thing. The main thing is when you see fruit in somebody's yard, you gotta grow a pair, you gotta man up, you gotta HTFU, and you gotta knock on their door, you gotta ring their doorbell and say, hey, face the current reality. I was walking by your place and I saw that fruit and I would like to pick some. And 80-90% of the time, they will say, oh yeah, sure, take as much as you want. Now in this past case with the avocados, this was hanging over a fence, so they were fair game. But if I wanted to, and I didn't really need that many avocados, I could go ring their doorbell and say, hey, can I pick some fruit? And most of the time they say yes. Every once in a while they say no. That's the worst that can happen. They say, no, please don't. But that's only happened to me, honestly, once. So, but, so many people are like, oh, I could never ring somebody's doorbell. Oh, that would be so bad. Like, what world are we living in where you can't just, like, knock on somebody's door, ring their doorbell, and say, derp to derp, can I pick some fruit? It's the English language. It's not too complicated. So if you're, like, one of my viewers who's complaining about, like, oh, I have a neighbor with a tree, but I'm scared. Quit being a bitch. And just like knock on their doorbell. It won't kill you. Like, grow a pair. Seriously, like, you gotta, if you want something, you gotta go out and get it. And they're not gonna just show up at your door with like a wheelbarrow of persimmons and be like, I heard you was into that 80-10-10 thing, so here's some persimmons. Another big tip I will show you is that a lot of the time when you're walking by, check this out. That is an overripe persimmon that fell from a tree. If we look up in the tree, we've got persimmons. How about that? Sometimes the first sign that there's a fruit tree is fruit on the ground. And then we look up in the tree and there's fruit in the tree. Sometimes you're not going to see fruit that's like, up in the tree first glance. Maybe, you've got to look where you're going, and you can't be like looking in trees all the time, and sometimes they're just hard to see it in trees first glance. So catching it on the ground is like a really good method. And that's pretty much it. There's the whole Falling Fruit website, which can show you where there are trees in your neighborhood, but if no one's added trees in your neighborhood, then guess what? That's your job. You got to go at them. So like I said, ride your bike, walk your dogs, whatever you got to do to explore a neighborhood, and the harder you look, the better you see, as they say. So I hope that explains the foraging thing. I would encourage you guys to go out there, because otherwise, if you don't, you know what? 95% of effort's just going to go to waste anyway. So get out there and grab it. Have a good one, guys.